Hey Cancer, welcome to your 3-in-1 February reading. Let's get started with your general reading and see what's going on with you guys. I'm wondering if some of you are hesitating to move forward with something. Um, Maybe it's something you've tried in the past or you haven't been successful with in the past, and it's like you're feeling like called to trying again, and you're hesitating because of what you've experienced in the past. We have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so you're kind of holding off from putting effort, energy towards something. 6 of Pentacles, maybe back then when you did try it, you didn't kind of get back what you put in, or you didn't feel like there was equal give and take or something like that. Like there was some sort of disruption or imbalance. You have the 5 of Cups in reverse. But I think maybe now you're kind of getting past that sort of disappointment, but still have some hesitation. Let's see. We have the Emperor as the main energy. The 5 of Cups in reverse. We have the 2 of Wands in reverse. And we have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so it seems like either you or you may be dealing with an Aries, the Emperor here, or you're taking on that energy through February of someone who's very empowered and very much in control, someone who stops at nothing really to get what they want and to acquire, if that makes sense. Somebody who is very much passionate towards their goals and is relentless in getting that. But it's also somebody who you can depend on, somebody who's very stable and very grounded in a way that can be very, very supportive and very helpful to people who look up to him. Somebody who's very reliable and dependable, like I said. Let's see. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse here. So I think that you're gaining back some sort of control over your life, or you're starting to feel a confidence within yourself after having experienced some grief. We have the 2 of Wands in reverse. It's still not very clear to you which path to take, this could also be speaking to that hesitance that I mentioned earlier. We have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, so there was something that didn't work out, it seems like, and now you're gaining back your confidence, and now you're wanting to try again. But I think you're being very meticulous in deciding which way to move forward with that. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. We have the World, and we have the Empress in reverse. Yeah, so whatever didn't work out for you, whatever was kind of a letdown or didn't produce the expected outcome, all of that is kind of in the past. That chapter has ended, and I think that you're finally, like I said, regaining that confidence, and you're wanting to move forward despite the sort of letdowns or whatever didn't work out. And you're still deciding though on how it is that you want to move towards that. So I don't really get here like a relationship or anything like that. If you're maybe trying to have a baby, I see something like that. Maybe trying again after, not being able to see either the pregnancy through or not being able to get pregnant. I see you, if that is your situation, I see you kind of regaining that confidence and wanting to try again, but maybe not knowing the best time or the best method it could be. Whatever it was something that deeply, deeply impacted you, and it was hard for you to overcome in the past. But now I think that you're willing to revisit it with a much more authoritative and a much more confident outlook and perspective. So let's move on to your love reading. Maybe experiencing some frustration in your love life. Look at this. I don't think I've ever had such a hard time shuffling. Maybe something is kind of in shambles for some of you. Not seeing eye to eye is what I'm sensing. If you're partnered, if you're partnered up, or if you maybe just starting to get to know someone, or maybe someone from your past trying to make something work out again. Let's see. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We have the Five of Cups. Empress is still in there. All in reverse. So yeah, definitely see something not working out, and maybe there's this, I feel this sense of like kind of being a little stubborn and trying to make it work, trying to force something. Okay, one more time. Just to make sure it shuffled really well. Main energy is the Two of Swords. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Seven of Swords, and we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So Two of Swords, you're having a very hard time wrapping your mind around a decision that you have to make. You're having a really hard time making a decision because the choice is not obvious. So it's one of those things where you really feel like you have to think about it for a very long time, but it could be that you don't have the time. It could be that you're taking so long to make the decision that it's like, at what point will you see that, will you stop and think about why it's so hard, right? That's kind of what I'm getting. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which speaks to not really being there for other people as you used to be. So kind of taking back your energy and investing it more in yourself. So it could be that that's what you've been in between doing. Like, you don't know if that's the best course to take, or if you want to remain in whatever situation it may be. So I'm seeing here, obviously, that the Queen of Pentacles could be you, could be your partner. This person is a giver, you know, they tend to other people's needs, and they make sure that they're stable enough, and that they're reliable enough to take care of other people. You know, it's like this is like the motherly sort of love. That's that kind of giving, you know, with this card. So either you or your partner, or you or the person that you're seeing, has turned away from being the giver all of the time. Okay, we have the Seven of Swords here, which could speak to half-truths, or people not being 100% honest. And it could be that that's what motivated this Queen of Pentacles to kind of turn away and turn inward. So you could be dealing with an earth sign, so Taurus, a Capricorn, or a Virgo. After, you know, they gave and gave and gave and gave, they were met with lies or dishonesty. The Seven of Swords, though, isn't always like the cheating card or somebody intentionally lying to you. It's more so keeping the truth from someone. So kind of just evading the truth, if that makes sense. So it's not that somebody outright lies to you, although it could be, but it could also just be somebody not being totally honest with you. And it could be that not totally honest with you, mainly with their intentions. So it could be that you, being the Queen of Pentacles, you invested a lot of your time, your energy, your effort. You know, you were very loving, very caring towards somebody, and they did not reciprocate with truth and honesty. So they could have kept something from you that was very important to you, and so now you're contemplating just not investing in that situation anymore, or in that person anymore. And we have the Eight of Pentacles here in reverse. So you're really, like I said, you're kind of in this space where you're really considering very seriously just taking yourself out of the equation. And it could be too that if you are single but kind of out there trying to get to know someone, or trying to put yourself out there, it could be that you overinvested, or you put too much effort towards a situation, didn't really go anywhere. It could be that the other person didn't take you as seriously as you took them, so they didn't feel like they had to be completely honest with you. And now not only are you thinking about this situation, but you're thinking about moving forward. Like, you don't really feel like you want to put yourself out there anymore, or maybe you want to take a break from dating, but you feel like you also want to be out there. Does that make sense? That's where the Two of Swords comes in, where, you know, you've had this kind of crappy experience, but then you don't want to completely take yourself out of the game, if that makes sense. That's for the singles out there. But if you're in a relationship, I think you're really contemplating, like I said, taking yourself out of the equation. But we have the Sun here at the bottom of the deck, and then the Nine of Wands in reverse. We have the Emperor, and we have the Four of Cups, and we have the Hierophant. So if you are involved with someone, if you're in a relationship, this bond that you have with this person is very, very deep, very strong. That's why, you're having a hard time making the decision about how to move forward. You have the Sun here, which we have a lot of fire as well, because we have the Emperor and the Sun, and the Hierophant is Taurus. So we have fire and earth here. So you may be dealing with a fire sign or an earth sign. We specifically Leo and Aries, but we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. So it really just seems like you're in this situation where it could be because you invested a lot. If you're in a relationship, you invested a lot in the relationship and this person and taking care of this person, but that's where you're finding it hard to make that decision whether to let it go or keep it going. But I also see that you're just very tired, like you're very exhausted, like you're kind of, I feel like you're sick of going into this over and over again. So if you're dealing with somebody who has not been completely honest with you for a while now, or you kind of catch them, not being 100% with you, or not being honest with you, you're just tired of this cycle of you giving, and then being met with this, dishonesty. And I think that you're really wanting to gain control of your life, and you're really wanting to see what's out there and open yourself up to, more positive experiences. And the Sun card being here does indicate that possibility is out there for you. That energy is very much out there. It just really needs for you to take up, to make the decision to take up that opportunity and open yourself up. We have the Four of Cups here, which, it indicates to me that you're in this space where, like I said, you're not being stimulated anymore, like emotionally. You're kind of just tired of being in this situation where there's like a lot of concealing the truth. Okay, you kind of yearn for that control back into your life, for you to be able to step up and make that decision and finally say, you know what, this isn't gonna work out, or kind of putting your foot down when it comes to those lies or that dishonesty, right? It could be also that you're just ignoring a lot of it, or you have for a very long time, and now is the time that you feel like you should put your foot down and you want to kind of step up and advocate for yourself in that way. But the Hierophant is here, so it could even be, if you're married, this could be your situation. But this, like I said, this is a very strong bond, and it's kind of, I feel like, a traditional sort of relationship that you're in, and it could be that that's also why you're experiencing the Two of Swords, because if being in a traditional relationship or marriage, you don't want to disrupt that, because then people talk, there's a whole process that you need to go through to divorce yourself, from the church and from just like the actual contract of marriage. Like, it could be that that's why you're kind of in the middle and you don't know what to do. But like I said, like let's go back to that beautiful opportunity with the sun here. I mean, whatever it is you choose to do, you're going to succeed in that, okay? If you choose to remain in a situation where there's dishonesty, there has been dishonesty for a long time, understand that that's something that you are just going to have to live with if you decide to stay in the relationship. And I know that doesn't sound very positive, but realistically, you know, we can't make people change. Nobody can make anybody else change. The change has to come within that person. So if that person chooses to not tell the whole truth, then there isn't much that you can do to force that person to change or make that person change. So let's move on to your career reading. Money and career. Let's see what we can do. Have the 8 of Swords in reverse, 6 of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. Okay. So the main energy is the Magician reversed. We have the Star. We have the Page of Pentacles. And we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Very interesting. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse popped out earlier as well. So the Magician reverse. So you're feeling like you're not in the right place. Like you don't have the right tools, the right resources to manifest whatever it is that you want, whatever you're most passionate about, okay? We have the Star here, so there's a lot of you have a lot of things that you would want to manifest, right? You have like dreams, and you have goals, aspirations, right? But it's also a good indicator that the energy is there for you to attain those things. We have the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like you're wanting to start something new, but right now it's still in the dream sort of stage, or it's still in the planning. Like you're still kind of just idealizing how it would work out, or you're still just kind of fantasizing about your goals, and you know, thinking of all these cool things that you may want to do. And we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. There's a sort of resistance, okay? There's a resistance in achieving those things, and I feel like it could be that you just, wherever you are right now, you know, if you're kind of in one of those more constricting job environments, or in a more constricting job, either you know, you're working so much you don't have the time, or even the type of work that you do, there's no way that you'd be able to have the freedom, the creative freedom to actually do what it is that you most desire. We have the Hierophant reversed here, so I think what you're wanting to do is really not, it's out of the norm. It could be that it's something that's not really normal or appropriate to do where you are now. So wherever it is that you're working now, or however it is that you're making your money, We have the Devil here. So there's really I think you feel very trapped by this. It's like, you know, you can't, if you know, if you're in a job where, you know, you're there for a paycheck, obviously that's going to take time and energy from you, right? And maybe it's not exactly what you want to do, but you're there because you need that money, right? So I feel like you're feeling in that way, you're feeling kind of bonded to that. Like you're feeling like that has control over you, and that's controlling your life, and it doesn't allow for you to really get out there and put that time and energy needed for you to manifest what it is that you want to manifest the most. We have the Page of Cups. Whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish or you're wanting to get into, that's what has your heart. Okay, that's what you're emotionally invested in. Whatever you're in right now, whatever situation you're in, or whatever job you're in, it does not have that, right? Really, your true passion and your dreams and your goals, that's what really has your emotional attachment. We have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Swords. So I think that you realizing that you will be the most successful in following what it is you're truly passionate about and what it is you're truly emotionally invested in. I think that's really going to open those doors for you. That in itself, I think, can bring a sense of empowerment, because then that's how you start trusting yourself, right? Knowing that, you know, if you're truly passionate about something, you truly love something, then you're never going to allow yourself to fail, right? Or to quit on that. So regardless of how long it takes, or you know, how much work you have to put into it, you're going to end up making it happen. But there's a sense of you really needing to free yourself and stop resisting that change. You know, really open yourself up to understanding that your goals can be made practical. You know, with the Star there's really no denying that, okay? So let's pull an oracle card for you for your advice. And we have release. Okay. So release the fear, release the energy around you that isn't helping you, supporting you in finding that control, that confidence, right? That fire within you. And that speaks to both your career reading and your love reading, right? Release that fear of making that decision, right? Release whatever's holding you back, basically. So that's your advice through